Hey guys, today I'm gonna show you how to make the Pokemon Virtual Riot Remix FM bass. So this is what it sounds like. Yeah, so let's get right into it. On oscillator B, I put the mechanics squarified wavetable from VR's tables number 1. Yeah. Then put a high note and put the modulations as done here. I put this to off so it would fit the bars. So where this bar is ending, it's playing the end of the LFO. Then we just have a normal sub. I actually have an EQ on this. I can just remove this so you can hear the bass. Yeah. So you want to FM oscillator B at 2 octaves and 8 semitones. And if you go to the analog wavetables, you're gonna find something called mini bass somewhere. There it is. Go on process, press normalized, and then you want to squarify this. So it gets squarified, and then you want to normalize it again. This is like perfect to FM with sync on. So you want to put the sync about here, modulate up to about the middle, then the wavetable position so it's about here in this region of the wavetable. Then you want to put a small amount of white noise, and then you want to make sure everything goes through the filter. I don't know why the sub is though, because that's going directly out. And if you didn't know, when you press direct out, that means that the sub won't go through any of the effects. So the first effect is some distortion with soft clipping and 75% mix, modulating to about the middle, and then the drive to 25% and going all the way up. Make sure that it stops on 100% instead of going like beyond 100. Then we have a hyper with small modulation on the mix here, and then some modulation on the mix over here on the unison. Then just some flanger. Then we have a phaser with some stuff. The feed is getting modulated by this LFO number 2 just to get more movement in the sound. So this is modulating up and down in half a bar. You can barely hear it because the mix is getting modulated up and down. Remember to put the rate on 0 and then put the depth on 23 and the frequency at about 100 or something. Modulate this so it's somewhere around here. And then the interesting thing that kind of makes the whole thing come together. Without this filter it will sound like this. But what I've done here is put on a flanger with HL6 plus, which I've never used before, and then I just kind of experimented with this. So the mix is about 70% going to 100, resonance is 10%, and the cutoff is about 170 hertz. And yeah, that's kind of the whole thing that makes the whole vowel. Then we want a compressor, threshold at about 14.4 or something, and then there's another bass trick here with the EQ, making 2 peaks going into each other. So you can see one of the peaks is getting inverted as it's getting closer. Also, something that I forgot to mention, as you can hear in the original song, you can hear this kind of overtone, which is the main note that you can hear in the bass. It wasn't really like this because the volume was at 0 at first. And then you kind of get this other overtone. A trick that I love to use when making FM basses is actually raising the volume of the oscillator that is getting FM'd. So I raised it to about 45 or something. I raised the volume and then put the semitones at about 8, and then you could hear the main notes that the bass is playing. And then that fits perfectly, so I just lowered the volume and put oscillator B on full, and this is what I got. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you don't mind me using Ableton because it doesn't really matter. Serum works the same anyways. If you want to know the effects, this is just the limiter, Valhalla room, saturator, the compressor, OTT, and some multiband dynamics. And yeah, I can leave this bass for a free download in the description in case you don't have this mechanics SQ thing. And I'll just leave you guys with the outro. Bye.